everyone, and welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN's live coverage of boys high school hockey. After a bumpy 3-game road trip, the SLPCR squad returns to the friendly confines for a little non-conference visit from the Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Joe Young along with Howie Shapiro and Jerry Grant. And boys, a big cat is coming in. 8-0-1 are the Jaguars.
Well, that is sounding like the Jaguars of many years ago that you remember. And Howie, that is a formidable opponent.
Yeah, I mean, I know the SLPCR team's going to have an interesting game tonight, but I don't know if they play the same kind of schedule that our team plays, SLPCR. So it'll be interesting. But 8-0-1, anytime you get off to a start like that, you're doing something right.
Well, and 4 of their games have been against single-A opponents. And as of right now, in the QRF on MinnesotaScores.net, they're ranked 14th overall. Yet to break into the top 20 on Let's Play Hockey, which especially earlier in the season is the one that people look at. But you can't shake a stick at being 8-0-1. This is a team that scores almost 4.5 goals per game, Howie, and they've got, I think, 6 guys in double digits in points already this season.
Yeah, all separated by a point. We're going to talk about Blake Dojan, and he's a draft choice of Lincoln in the USHL. So he's a good player. Leading scorer, 9 goals, 7 assists. Been very consistent with points in every game so far, guys. And I know when I talked to coach, our coach, he said that's the first guy he mentioned, is that we have to keep an eye on him. We have to know where he is, and we have to limit what he does on the ice.
Well, and SLPCR has struggled to put the puck in the net the way that they did in year 1 of their co-op. Their leading scorer, Jackson Barsness, just 9 points. But some of the guys starting to come around as of late, one of them being Andrew Clark, now tied for second place on the team points list with 8 points, has 3 goals and 5 assists on the season.
Well, Andrew's a good player. He does a nice job. He's got good speed. He's able to work real well with Barsness, the two of them together with Green. Hopefully he can get something going today. And Howie, you have to have your top line scoring points.
You really do, and I think this game is going to come. It's going to be very physical. I know Bloomington Jefferson plays a very physical style of hockey, and now SLPCR will definitely answer that style of play.
Well, and the big question will be, can the SLPCR defense, which has struggled at times throughout this early season, stop this very powerful and potent Jefferson offense? PJ Ryerson getting just his second varsity start, and we'll drop the puck next on CTN. Winston, nice hands, drives and scores. Shot a goal! Picked him off, beautifully done. Breakaway shot to goal, just like that. Back at the creek, and we're underway. Barsness wins the draw. Adams trying to dump it in. It went off the heel of Lewick and up out of play. A great play by a fan who was already into the game.
Yeah, nice catch. He had his gloves on. He was able to catch the puck midair
and put it right back into play. And we'll start over. This time the Jaguars win. Lewick sends it all the way back. Schmitz behind his own net, pressured by a strong forecheck from Barsness and Clark. Good pinch by Capon along the boards. They'll bring it back near side. Lewick out to center. Adams trying to get it across to Capon. And I don't know how you see that as not being offside, but they wave it clear, and SLPCR able to play it back out to center. Quick regroup at the blue line. Schmitz along for Lewick. He's poke checked off of it as he enters the zone. Back out to center. Boston Green chips it ahead, trying to spring Barsness and put a little too much on it. And that'll be icing. A faceoff back in the SLPCR end, just 44 seconds in.
Oh, yeah, as you were talking about earlier, they are going to play physical, and we see some body hits so far.
It's going to be very physical. I was watching that JV game, and I watched Jefferson being very physical, and I know when I talked to Coach Elson, he said, we're going to be physical, and that's part of our game plan.
Face-off win for the Jaguars. More from the point. That shot deflected, ends up behind the net. Scooped up there by Dojan. Dojan pinched off it in the corner. Kish was trying to cycle it behind. The Jaguars able to intercept. Bouncing puck out front. Ryerson will scoop it up just in front of Blake Dozian, who was on the doorstep.
Yeah, good decision.
Yep. In talking to Coach Gagnon, I said, what are some of the things you guys need to do to get a win? He says, we just have to be on our game. I mean, that's really important. And
Moore through traffic again, and Ryerson thought he had it. Juicy rebound cleared to the corner, and now recovered behind the net by Rusty Matchy. Plays it up the boards. Holding it at the blue line there is Moore. Matchy will play it back in behind. Tranby behind his own net. Pass skipped away from Armagast. Kept in at the blue line by the Jaguars. SLPCR able to get it back out to center. Moore sends it right back in deep.
Now they're going to have to work on beating the pinch. Got to go up the middle.
Thomas keeps it alive in the corner. Groko bumped off of it. SLPCR able to recover. Tranby joining the rush. He'll flip it in, and he'll deliver a hit as he knocked Rupert to the ice. Quickly out the other side come the Jaguars. Peterson down the right wing, trying to get around Ayland, and stopped up along the back line. Tranby stopping up traffic. A wraparound chance is denied as Peterson had a look. Played to the line. It slips past Jacob Bazzi out to center, waiting for it, and now re-entering is Peterson. Long shot, stick to the glass by Ryerson. That one tried to go glassing out instead. Ended up in the home team's bench.
Well, good start for Bloomington. Jefferson, they are putting the puck in on the forecheck and causing problems with a little good speed.
Yeah, and they want to just move the puck well, and as we talked about, especially on offense, be physical and get to the net and put shots on goal.
Yeah.
As Joe mentioned in the opening, there's a number of players on this Jefferson squad that can light up the lamp.
Well, the game is much easier to play in the offensive end. Boston Green trying to dance through Schmitz, not having it. He gets the steal, takes it behind his own net. One-touch pass from Peterson was too far ahead of its target in Caden Larson. SLPCR struggling to put two passes together, though. Jefferson able to tag up, avoid being offside. Austin Adams trying to play it up the boards. That stopped up. Center pass broken up by Clark, but recovered now by Van Brunt. He plays it down on the doorstep. Good stick check as Larson was right there, but not able to get the shot through. Good stick from Austin Adams. Green jumps up and takes away the pass, but still the Jaguars able to come to center. Right back to Boston Green, then recovered by Van Brunt. He'll play it off the far boards, out of the reach of Capon. Adams recovers in the near corner. Chased behind by Larson. Pass out of the reach of Clark, fired toward the net, but stopped up by Barsness. Cuts back and avoids the stick check from Bjorklund. Barsness stumbled a bit, entering the zone. Bounced off of it by a couple of blue jerseys. Ryerson able to poke the puck free and get it back to Barsness. Out to the point, Tranby. Down for Barsness, deflected behind. Armagast trying to play it out front. Net came off. We get the whistle and a face-off at the Bloomington end. 13-17 to go, period number one.
Well, shots 4-0 for Jefferson, so SLPCR has to find a way to get some shots on the net.
Well, they have had almost zero offensive zone possession time.
Yep.
Head coach Connor Gagnon. We'll be talking to him after the first period to get his reaction from the action in period number one.
Oh, good. I thought you had a different interviewee.
No, he bailed.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right. We like the coach.
Yeah, the coach decided
Thomas
it was okay.
down the near wing, flips it in behind. Swung around by Matchy, kept in at the far side blue by Bjorklund. Tranby to center, he'll dump it in. Couple of white jerseys giving chase, played smartly away by Matthews and out to center. Tranby trying to stay in front of Bjorklund. Numbers behind, a chance, and Ryerson makes a huge save. Point blank, short breakaway chance for Braden Thomas.
Yeah, and a beautiful and a nice pass from Dozen to Thomas to get him that opportunity. You're going to see
no one in the middle of the rink.
Yep.
A little late on the back check. At least got there at the end, so that's good to see that Kish got there.
Well, Tranby's got to play that to a safer spot.
Yeah.
He knew the pressure from behind was coming and it was faster, so knew he had to play it away, but that's not where. Big rebound, and Ryerson Fortunate that doesn't end up behind him. Another good play out in front of him as it was swept away on the backhand by Ashton Ryerson. Helping a brother out, literally. P.J. Ryerson, the save to the corner. Trying to duck around his Armagas. This one flipped back in. P.J.'s seen enough. Snags it with his trapper and will hold for a face-off to his right.
He already 10 shots on goal, and you know, Ryerson definitely is up for a strong test here tonight against a team like Bloomington Jefferson, who can score goals.
Well, you see why. They have speed. They're all over the puck. They're very quick. They get the loose pucks first, and that is a good recipe for winning 8 games.
Halen trying to play it behind, got it right back, and then turns it over. A fan on the shot attempt is kicked out to center by McCullough. Good pressure, forces a turnover. Backdoor and a blocker save on a great opportunity for Cole Carlson.
He was right there.
Third line comes out for SLPCR and does something the first 2 lines hadn't done through the first 5 minutes of play, and that's get a shot on goal, although not yet credited on the scoreboard.
Well, we'll credit it. It was a nice shot.
Yes, we will.
Inside the post area.
Well, and that's good teamwork, right? First man in, pressure the puck, force the loose action. Support picks it up and feeds the trailer. It's the way it works. Much easier said than done, obviously.
Well, that was good. That was a good play.
Jefferson plays it all the way down. That'll be icing. And the first bit of pressure from the home team offensively.
Yeah, it was a nice chance. See, again, good battle there. F1 takes the puck away, and good pass across. Just the goaltender was up to the challenge of getting across that post.
And all 3 of them stay on it, right? McCullough, good forecheck. Takes the body, takes him off the puck, leaves it there for Campbell. He makes a nice play. Carlson got off a good shot. And then all 3 were still battling for the rebound.
That's what you do. They hunt that puck.
This one played in deep. Barsness will track it down behind his own net, off the near boards. Intercepted there by Van Brunt. Played out front, a kick save on the shot by Larson. Another opportunity. Capon fires it off the near boards. Barsness takes it in stride. Cuts across just inside the blue line. He'll fire it just wide. Poke back to the corner by Matthews. Clark tied up. Jaguars break out left wing. Poked by Capon. Clark has some room, and then a good stick from behind by Rupert. Prevented him from getting off his shot. Adams from the line. A chance at the tip by Clark. But the save still made by Matthews. Skating it all the way to the other end. Brunt can't get it in deep. Taken away by Austin Adams. He sends it for Barsness. Barsness into the zone. Snapshot blocked to the corner by Kovar. Jaguars play it around near side. Bjorklund waiting. Adams keeps it in. Kovar back behind his own net. Will send it up the far side instead. Dojan into the zone. Trying to get it back to Dojan was Thomas. Thomas battling with it behind. Tranby plays it off the glass all the way down. That'll be icing. Face off in the SLPCR end with a little less than 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, SLPCR picking up their game a little bit the last few minutes, as you see Coach Ellison there.
Yeah, as head coach, we had a nice conversation with him before the contest. I talked to him yesterday as well.
Oh. And what do you have to say?
Yeah, not much.
Not much.
You know, he just said, we talked about that start and that 8-0 start, and he just said, you know, we like the start, but we can't rest on that our first 9 games.
Yeah.
He thought this was going to be a really good test for him as well.
Yeah. So far, they're not on the score sheet yet, but they're dominating the shot total.
Right.
Well, he said that's part of the problem. Is he said they've scored a lot, but he felt that they have left a lot on the table and a lot of times held to far fewer goals than they could have had. And that says something when they're, scoring four and a half almost per game and only giving up 1.78 through their first 9 games.
They have an embarrassment of riches.
What a great steal by Aiden Armagots, trying to feed the slot, but that was in skates, cleared up the board by David Kovar. The pinch is unsuccessful. Bjorklund down the near side, trying to go back out front, just out of the reach of Thomas. Matchy first one on it, tried to direct traffic. Instead, they'll go out to center. trying to spring Armagost behind the defense.
Yeah, I don't mind that cherry picker out there. That's good. Loosen them up.
Ryerson trying to glove it down, fanned on the pass attempt. This one's dumped back in by Bjorklund. SLPCR. Tranby, long toss through the middle, nobody home. That'll be icing. And another face-off of the defensive end.
Yeah, I'd like to see SLPCR do a little bit better job on the breakout. They're getting chances to move that puck out, but they're bobbling it once in a while, and they're getting turned over right at the top of the blue line, which is always dangerous.
Well, they've had a tough stretch of games as well here lately, and something they'd certainly like to correct here this afternoon if possible against a really good squad.
Lost 3 in a row.
Yep.
All on the road, starting with a 4-3 loss to the lone single-A team they've faced this season in St. Louis Park. And then 2 blowout losses to Andover and Centennial, their last 2 times out. So the defensive side of it is a big piece for SLPCR.
3-2.
Jefferson with numbers at the blue line, knocked away, but Peterson able to get there first and play it in behind. Out to the line, McCullough sends it ahead. And this is that third line. They proved their forecheck was effective last time. And strong positioning, forced a bad pass. Matthews plays it around. Strong on the forecheck again from McCullough. They get Peterson out in the neutral zone, attacking 1-on-2. That's ended by Austin Adams, but they can't break it out. Long shot from the point, sticked away by Ryerson. Out to the point again. Moore gets it down low. Played behind the net by Ian Allen. And that one off the stick of Campbell and out into center.
An opportunity to get it out of the zone.
Capon with a little bit of speed gets it ahead. Barsness couldn't quite control, and it was hacked away by Sam Moore. Jaguars would be offside. Boston Green through center. Able to get past Van Brunt, recovering, pressured there by Moore. Played back out, and numbers again for the guys in blue. Caden Larson will take the shot, and he scores. And just over 10 minutes into this contest, the pressure finally pays off, and the Jaguars are up 1-0.
Yeah, that transition game is working for them because they got caught. SLPCR got caught outnumbered, and they were not able to get that back check to get that other guy. So he was able to just kind of wait the goalie out a little bit and take that shot.
Yeah, Larson with his 4th goal on the season to go along with 10 assists. Yeah, tough one to give up, but
yeah. That happens. So the goaltender sometimes thinking that pass is going to go across, and the shooter has an advantage there.
Scoring for the Jaguars, number 21, Caden Larson.
Comes on their 13th shot of the game. And Brunt will get the assist. Maybe just by acting as a decoy.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know that he had a part to play in the puck coming loose, but they'll give him an assist, and Jefferson rewarded for their pressure. Barsness out of the reach of Green. Clark battling for it in the far corner. Coming away with it, though, is Kovar. Thomas circling back, letting the line shift finish, and then right up the middle for Dozhin. He's cut off, hands it off for Bjorklund. A shot and a goal.
the pressure starting to pay off for the Jaguars. Just that the zone presence.
Yeah, and that time they're able to spring the long pass, get it all the way to the far blue line, break the defense down, and able to get in the zone and get another good opportunity.
And goal number 5 for him.
You see that stretch pass, but gets it all started there, and there it is. And the defense gets split, and then the nice
and
guy
just
cut
left it
across.
off for him. And that's one Ryerson would like to have back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that you have to have a tighter gap at that point on the ice. And I mean, it was a set play end to end and beautifully executed by Bloomington Jefferson. They have 2 goals less than a minute apart, and they have a 2-0 lead. They're out shooting the home squad 14-1 as we get close to 5.5 minutes remaining in the first period.
Yeah, well, they're definitely a squad that looks like they're 8-0-1.
Schmitz leaves it back and handcuffed Dojan a bit. He's still able to play it down to the corner, out of the reach of Thomas. Kish has a pass deflected and almost set up. Armagasti is in, and he is going to draw a penalty. And SLPCR is going to go on the power play.
They tried their
And there was a stretch pass that Jefferson kind of broke up, but it actually put it in a better position
it did.
for Armagast to win the race to the puck.
Yeah, you see it there. Just kind of.
Both coaches guys talked about staying out of the box, and that's some of the things that have been, for at least for Jefferson, been a tough spot for them. For SLPCR, it's just something that they've been dealing with. But obviously, when you get that skater advantage, you just have to make it count.
Darren Donner called for a hold. Could have called it a trip. Fortunate, perhaps, for the Jaguars, it wasn't called a penalty shot. Not sure if Barsness' shot got through to the keeper, if that hit a body out front, but deflected behind. Good recovery by the home team. They reset up top. Tranby and Clark. Clark walking in. Down low, Kish behind. Looks out front, takes a peek. Ryerson standing in the top of the slot. They go through the seam, a shot and goal for Jackson Barsness.
Yeah, that was a nice seam pass. You're able to get it. And the keeper on Howie was Barsness shot it fast before everybody could get set.
And that's such a big goal because they're being outplayed, even though now the score is 2-1, but being outshot 14-3. And that's just, you need that little bit of momentum to continue on when you're playing against a team like this.
Yeah, well, maybe that'll wake them up a little bit and get them moving a little faster and try to close that gap on those shots.
Slips it just under the glove of Matthews.
Matthews is replaying that in his head right now. Did a couple of maneuvers to try to say what happened.
Goal number 8 for Jackson.
For SLPCR, senior captain number 19, Jackson Barsness.
He's had a nice start.
Yes.
Senior captain number 4, Andrew Clark.
And Clark with the assist.
Yeah, that's what we talked about in the open.
We did. Open. You're a genius,
those
Jerry.
Two working together is what's helping this team get those goals.
Tranby on the power play at 12:41 in the first period.
So just 30 seconds into their power play, they convert, cut the lead in half, and that's a huge goal for a lot of different reasons.
Yes. One is just for a little confidence. It's hard when you play tough teams like Centennial Andover. They're very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you just have to kind of reset your mind and get into the next game and start from scratch, try to play well, see what you can do.
Yeah, I meant to ask Coach Elson if they feel they're being overlooked at all in the Let's Play Hockey rankings. That enters any of their locker room chatter as bulletin board fodder.
Well, as you tell the kids, hey, don't worry about that. Just keep playing. If we get up, if we win 12 games and lose 1 and we're 12-1-1, we'll get our attention eventually. Just keep playing well. As you know, doesn't matter as much now as it does in February and March.
Thomas dumps it back in deep. First one there is Capon, able to win the battle. The pass across, handcuffs Boston Green a bit. And then he put too much on it and instantly looked to the sky as if to say, that's not what I wanted to do.
But I like that they actually went to the middle. That is good.
Right.
There's some recognition there that we have to break out a different way. Just have to handle the puck now.
Well, and Trevor Capon, 16, has won some battles along the boards in the defensive end already in this first period, and that's going to be crucial for this team, not only just in this contest, but throughout the season. Moore, a shot through traffic. Stick saved by Ryerson. They go up the middle again. Green can't get it out, but Barsness can. Barsness gets around the corner and stopped out front by Matthews. Puck still loose and helped to corral it. Ben Rupert on the doorstep, sweeping it into his keeper's pad to help him cover. And Barsness nearly able to even it up.
Yeah, and again, just a really nice move to the net as he's able to get a shot off.
Yeah, again, his speed
kills.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be able to trust it. Good job by the keeper, because Barsness got the barn door open, but Matthews kept the stick down and kept the puck out. kept his team in a 2-1 lead.
There you go, battle.
Good job battling to get it back. A chance for Clark, and he misses just high and wide, and it deflects up and out of play.
Good. That's what you do right there, Howie. You battle for every loose puck.
Yeah, and that's
Good
Boston
things
Green.
happen.
That's getting in there, doing the stick work.
Yep.
Getting it free.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody's got to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it led to a great scoring chance for Andrew Clark.
That was your job back in the day, wasn't it, Joe, to do the dirty work?
No.
No?
No, I was cleanup.
You were the cleanup man. All right. I thought you were the enforcer.
Yeah. Well, that's a different story. Off the glass, Allen able to keep it in. Kish along the boards. Looks, takes a shot, gloved and held by Owen Matthews.
That's all right. Take some shots. Get things going here.
And you can see a little bit of change in SLPCR after that goal. I think they've got a little more energy and a little more pep in their step, and just knowing that they're just a goal down.
Yeah. Well, get the confidence going, get the legs moving. Hockey's a game of battle. You just have to battle the whole game.
Dozhin pressured. Good pressure by Ryerson at the line to force the turnover and keep it inside. Forecheck from this second line now becoming effective. Kish can't step around. They're able to play it back out, but sent right back in by Landon Bird. That pass was behind Bassney. They still work their way to center, and they've got three guys flying at the blue line. A good step around. Great move by Dozhin. He played it out front, and Thomas just couldn't handle it the back door.
Yeah. Good thing he wasn't a left-hander.
Yeah. It might be 3-1.
Bjorklund.
Oh,
Clear, and one bounces through the wickets.
and now it is.
And that was somebody's special goal. It was shot by Bassney. I don't know if that was his first of the year. They grabbed the puck in a big hurry.
Watching the replay, there's a lot of grinding behind. And here again, you got a chance to get it out, and you just dump it up, and there's nobody there but them, and it hits a nice little tip, it looked like.
Indeed, Joe, that was his first game of the season to go along with
First
goal of the season.
Yeah, a double screen, a tip. But again, the breakout, you just can't dump it up the boards blindly because the D's going to just jump on it and put it right back in.
Well, that one just, again, through a little bit of traffic. I don't know if it may have knuckled a little bit on Ryerson, but it found its way through the 5-hole.
Well, that's what Coach Gagnon told me. We've had issues with the bouncing pucks this season, and those are some of the things we have to do a better job at trying to control them. But that's a tough one to control.
Anytime you turn the puck over in the top 10 feet of your defensive zone, you put yourself in a world of trouble.
Yeah.
And if you do it repeatedly throughout a contest, it's going to burn you at least once.
Yeah, at least once. Yeah, because everybody's going the one way, and then they have to stop and try to recover and fill those gaps.
Blake Mellum, a great job forcing the loose puck, and a chance out front for Levi McCullough. And a good hit by Mellum at center. He came out, he said, it's my turn to play, and I'm going to impose my will. I can play physical too. Mellum can't control it on the backhand, though. It hops over his stick all the way down. That's icing. 1:01 to go in period number 1. And a face-off to the left of P.J. Ryerson.
Yeah, well, it's good to play a little physical hockey. Try to let the other team know that you're in the game. Especially those D, you want them to be a little nervous when they go back to get the puck. No one likes to get hit.
Off the draw, Moore plays it across. Shot from the point by Donner is caught and held by Ryerson.
Now you got to win these draws when it's under a minute so you can control play.
Good stick by Clark to knock it away from Caden Larson.
There you go.
Clark wins it back again and tried to feed Green with speed to center, and it didn't quite work. Moore pressured by Green, passes it across. Van Brunt got it ahead, and then knocked off it at the blue line was Larson. Adams Ahead for Barsness into the zone, passing the skates. Clark trying to go back, but Barsness was tangled up out front. Played across. This is going to bounce out to center. Capon waiting and now dumps it in. Home team tagging up as Moore recovers in the near corner. His pass around behind. Donner, chance to look ahead to Van Brunt. And now gets it right back from Larson. Van Brunt into the zone, knocked off of it by Capon. Has to go back out to center. And that'll bring us to the end of the first period. A strong first period for the visiting Jaguars, and a decent response for a bit from SLPCR to at least get it closer, but still they go to the locker room down 2. And now down on the home team bench with our head coach is Howie Shapiro. Howie?
Thanks, Joe. Coach, tough start to this first period. Fell behind 2-0, but a big kind of a boost when you got that power play goal and a tough goal to give up that third one. Talk about what you saw in that first period from your guys.
Slow start for sure. They came out physical and fast and ready to play. I thought we actually responded okay. It's a couple mistakes. It's one bad pinch and it's one failed clear. Otherwise, it's a 1-1 game.
What's your major message to the guys between periods?
I think we're doing some decent things, especially as the period went on. We got a little bit better, spent a little bit more time in their end. But yeah, it's the simple things, right? It's getting the puck out over our blue line, and it's in deep at their blue line. Both goals, or 2 of the 3 goals, resulted directly from, again, a bad pinch and one failed clear. So,
thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. The boys and I will be back to break that first period down right after this.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected. And we look forward to 10,000 more.
Back at the Crick, and the Jefferson Jaguars came into this contest a scary cat indeed at 8-0-1, and they have shown why. A relentless forecheck has them out to a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, and you look at the shots, Howie. I mean, they're really putting a lot of pressure on the goaltender. They're putting a lot of pressure on the defense with their forecheck, and it's working for them.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Gagnon talked about before this game, is that's some of the things they have to work for. But, you know, I thought he was, for the most part, fairly happy with what happened.
Well, and he was exactly right. SLPCR made a couple of mistakes, and Jefferson took advantage. The first was Toby Tranby on the clear there that didn't get cleared. Then that's the pinch they were talking about that led to goal number 2, an odd man rush situation, and just a strong shot to finish it from Caden Larson.
Yeah, and then the stretch pass.
This set up a great chance, but ends up behind on the
there's where the penalty occurred, giving their power play goal.
Yeah, and SLPCR converting on that power play in just 30 seconds. Jackson Barsness netting his 8th of the season. But then, yeah, the other was the failed clear, and there it is, knocked down by Basney. He gets it through traffic, and it hopped between the legs on Ryerson and put Jefferson back in the driver's seat by a couple, heavily favoring the visitors, the stats.
Anytime you give up 16 shots in the period, that's not good news.
No.
You have to tighten that up this period if you want to stay in the hockey game.
And I think that's the key, is that they have to tighten it up down 3-1.
Well, and it's a struggle they've dealt with all season long, giving up more goals than they would like. Can they shore up the defense and get back into this contest? We still have 34 minutes to play. The second period is just about to get started. I guess we have to wait for the home team to get out on the ice, so we'll take a quick break and be back with period number 2 after this on CTN. Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, just about ready to drop the puck on period number 2. Bloomington Jefferson with goals from Caden Larson, Anders Bjorklund, and Jacob Basney. A power play tally for Jackson Barsness at 12:21, the lone marker for the home team.
Period, because if they can put a goal in and cut the lead to 3-2, that'll bring a lot of energy to this club.
Yeah, and the back-to-back goals was really big for Jefferson, too. I mean, their first 2 goals less than a minute apart. And SLPCR, this first line unit was able to get some decent looks on the offensive end. Maybe not quite as much offensive zone time as they might have liked. But in that limited ice time, they were able to get some good looks, and of course the goal on the power play. Played around, Larson able to deflect it out to center. Entry denied as Lewick got in. This will be offside. Back out at center with it as Caden Larson stops up. Flips it off for Van Brunt. He let it get away from him. Barsness knocked it. And now Larson back in possession in the offensive zone. Skates across the blue line, left it there. Scooped up by Boston Green. Barsness handcuffed by the pass. Clark will send it in deep. Matthews waiting along the end board, slows it up. First one on it is Boston Green, though, as skating right past was Schmitz.
Yeah, we still have a little water on the ice. Puck is stopping.
That's never a good thing.
No.
Tie up in the near corner. Puck bounces away from Barsness, trying to get it out to Kapan. Out of his reach. He's able to recover and at least send it in toward the net where Matthews sticks it aside and Donner scoops it up. Donner looks, waits, now plays it for Schmitz near side. Out of the reach of Green on the poke check. He gets it into the zone. Gets past Kapan down into the corner. Sends it around out of the reach of Van Brunt. Bjorklund will send it back down low again. Centering pass taken away by Andrew Clark. He's chased behind the net by Bjorklund and then reverses Adams. Sidesteps Thomas. Will skate to center. Gets the red line, dumps it in. Matthews leaves it there for Moore. Back into the corner. Kish forechecking, almost forced a turnover. Instead, the Jaguars able to get it near side for Thomas. He's bumped off it, but still able to get it out to center. Thomas pokes it ahead. Tranby can't get the clear. Bouncing puck. Bjorklund kept in momentarily. When played across. And the indirect out of the reach of Arbogast. He's able to get it back. Played it out front. And it's off the heel of the stick of Kish on the one-time attempt. And the net off its moorings behind Owen Matthews.
Yeah, that's happened a few times with Mr. Matthews today.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. That was a good opportunity for SLPCR. Unfortunately, just couldn't get the shot off cleanly.
It was. Yeah, watch again, there's a goaltender, little push. It came out pretty easy, though, so not like he tried.
Face-off win for the home team, but the Matchies pass back to Armagost. Got between his legs. Big collision as Armagost and Bjorklund both hit the ice hard. Near side. Thomas plays it across. Bjorklund trying to center. Stolen away by Armagost. Pass taken off the boards by Kish with speed to the corner, leaving it back. Having to circle for it is A.J. Ryerson. Ashton Ryerson. Ryerson's pass doesn't click with Armagost. Down at the point, Tranby's shot deflected into the corner. Knocked down by Moore. Settling it further is Bjorklund. He'll play it across for Dozhin. Dozhin through center. Lost the handle as he entered. Tranby ties him up.
Yeah, good thing it was 4-on-2.
Tranby gets it ahead. Carlson's pass denied. Slipping a check, though, is Campbell in the corner. Now knocked off his stick. 4 blue jerseys respond to the situation in the corner, all inside and below the dots. Or outside, I should say, and below the dots.
Yeah. Good team defense.
Play behind the net, had a bad angle, went off the back, but they were able to recover. Peterson's pass ahead and then out of the reach of Groko, and that will be icing. 13-11 on the clock in period number 2.
Yeah, good thing, because Groko snuck off the bench and went over to the weak side, and he was open.
Not the kind of generation of offense we saw here early, especially early in that first period.
Yeah, well, SLPC are doing a lot better job of moving their feet and covering people. That's good.
Jaguars without a shot to this point in the contest, or in the second period, I should say.
Yeah, they'd like it in the contest.
Pond plays it across, shot by Adams, missed wide. Karam's around near side. Clark through the top of the crease. Adams turns it toward the net, but it's blocked into the corner by Peterson. Kept in by Green, gloves it down. He's knocked to the ice, and the Jaguars have numbers at the blue line. Dangling and shooting was Donner, and a big pad save by Ryerson.
I think it hit the post as well.
Yeah, it hit the post, yeah.
Adams trying to get it to Barsness, crashing the slot. He was tied up by Schmitz. Schmitz recovers in the corners, tracked by Barsness, sends it around. Green out front, a shot by Barsness, and Matthews got enough to keep it out of the net. I don't know that he knew where that shot was. He just took up as much space as he possibly could.
Yep, that's what he did. He didn't even see it.
Schmitz through center, skate to stick. Peterson, backhand chance, big rebound. Patience and a goal for Mason Van Brunt.
Yeah, definitely patience for sure, and that was a nice job as he's able to clean that puck up and backhand it into the net.
Yeah, Van Brunt came sneaking in there late, and he's able to clean up that rebound. It was a nice recognition by him, but good first save, but not enough help back, as you see on the replay.
That's his ninth goal.
Got two guys going to the puck carrier, and that leaves that last guy coming in late, open, and the back checkers could not get to him.
Now he and Dojan share that lead, the most goals on the team.
Van Brunt right back on the attack, forces a turnover. Nice save by Ryerson, but another juicy rebound. And then perhaps a quick whistle that benefits the whole team greatly.
Definitely a quick whistle.
Yeah. Well, all of a sudden, Jefferson didn't have much going, and then right away, 3 shots in the last eyelash or a blink.
And you see just coming on, I think Van Brunt may have just come off the bench because he was all alone, unmarked whatsoever, and that's just easy pickings. He knew there was no chance Ryerson could get back going to his right.
Yeah. Got to have some better recognition covering those people in the danger zone.
Shot from the point, deflected out front, but misses just wide. Pinching near side is Rupert. Puck won back by Larson. Armagast continues to battle, gets it out to center. Ashton Ryerson had it lost in his skates. Van Brunt drop pass, will now get it back in the corner. Short angle shot, big rebound, and it's sent up and over by Caden Larson. A turnaround attempt for Rupert off the side of the cage one time. Option from Lewick didn't click. Kish back the other way, gains the zone. Trying to get his way around Moore. Centering pass was denied by Dojan, or by Rupert rather. And just like that, they're back the other way. Rupert shoots through the defender's legs, a save by Ryerson. Tranby sends it out, far boards. Quickly turned right back in. Bjorklund, top of the circles, his shot, a kick save by Ryerson.
Yeah, we're up to 22 shots all of a sudden, Howie.
Yeah, 6 so far here in this in the second period, and one of them going finding the back of the net.
Well, and after no shots in the first 3 or 4 minutes of this period, you can see something clicked. Someone said, guys, pull the trigger. They're pulling it from further out, shooting through traffic, making it difficult on the young netminder, who might be a little bit rattled, especially with a couple of the goals that have squeaked past him.
Yeah, and they're moving their feet like they were most of the first period again. So they slow start, but they're going again now.
Campbell plays it across. Berg ahead. Got lost in the skates of Mellum. Comes right back to him. Mellum into the zone. Left it for McCullough. Stick check nicely by Kovar. And we're going to have a penalty away from the play. Holding it is going to go against Jefferson.
Oh, that's good, because that first power play wasn't too bad.
Absolutely.
Anders Bjorklund looks like he wanted an explanation, but tie it up out front. He's called for the infraction, and SLPCR will go on the power play.
Yeah, he's not going to get an explanation. He's just going in. You see here, when there's a little grab. He's grabbing by the jersey and has his hand around. He had to actually take his arm and go up over his head after holding his back of the jersey.
Yes.
So that's a penalty. That'd be nice to see them get
Looks
another
like
goal
they're
on the power
going
play.
to put a little bit of extra water on the post, see if we can better secure the net at that end of the ice.
Freeze it up a little bit. A beautiful overhead shot down there. That's a nice one. I don't know how to get that camera operator up there, Howie, on the rafters.
Well, he's a gymnast.
Oh, a gymnast.
Yeah.
He vaults up.
He can hang upside down.
Jaguars try to just fire it around. Stopped up by Clark. Barsness will send it back in deep. Kish around to Clark. Up top, Tranby back to Clark. Down low, Kish to the back door, and Ryerson was tied up, and the net has come off.
Yeah, that slows down your momentum. They were moving the puck real nice there because Jefferson was very aggressive on that penalty kill. Came up high, tried to trap that D at the top, and just a quick 1-2 give and go, and they're able to get that puck down low and try to get the back door.
Face-off win and a successful clear this time for the Jefferson Jaguars. Tranby all the way back behind his own net. With speed down the right wing, Barsness cuts to the middle to enter. Leaves it to Kish. Back to Barsness up top, Tranby. Clark walking in. Face-off dot, shot, blocker save. Comes right back, goes back door. Barsness shot, that's blocked. Off the boards, recovered by Ryerson. Up top, Tranby to Clark. Down low to Kish. Clark setting up and walking in. He'll take the shot, misses short side this time. All the way around to Barsness, leaves it off there for Tranby. Down low, Kish. Had it bounce over his stick. He's tied up now in the corner by Schmitz. Support comes. Jaguars able to win it, but Clark keeps it in near side. Tranby back to Clark. Clark down low, out of the reach of Ryerson. He circles, pressured. Support comes, played out to the point. Tranby across, 30 seconds left in the power play. Tried to get it out front for Kish. Good hold by Tranby. A chance for Barsness, fires wide. Tranby keeps it in at the blue line. Clark backhands it across. Barsness to Ryerson, trying to get it to Kish back door, and this is going to be high sticking and a face-off back in the SLPCR end with only 10 seconds left on the power play.
Good play by that Jefferson defender. He did a nice job getting a stick on that puck, and it was really a good job by, it looks like it was Donner there.
Yeah, just being aggressive and able to get a piece of that puck.
Yeah, 'cause that was open.
Yep, it definitely was open.
Yeah, that was good power play.
It was a good power play. Only a couple of shots on goal, but good zone possession and several great jobs of keeping it along the blue line.
Yeah, real good.
Jefferson, full strength.
Campbell hard on the forecheck, trying to walk out front. Adams will play it back to Capon at the point. Capon fires it to the far corner, trying to put it where McCullough could get to it, but he lost the race. And out come the Jaguars down that far side. Thomas trying to get around, gets it to Dojan. Swept off his stick by Adams, played to the line and out to center. Campbell will pick up the loose puck as Rupert played it in softly. Campbell will flip it in deep.
And took a little punishing hit on that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Dojan spinning, getting it to Thomas. Thomas gets around Capon, and he races into the zone. He's got a friend at the back door, plays it out front. Puck still loose as Ryerson couldn't control. Might have been cheating for the pass that his defender had not noticed at the back post, and almost gave up a short sider.
Yeah, it was close. They attacked the net pretty hard there on that one.
Well, yeah, a lot of pressure out in front.
But
can't give up those kind of rebounds.
Adams has to know that he's got to know that guy's there.
Yep.
And I was surprised he didn't go to him, but I think he saw the netminder cheating to the backdoor feed. Clark, a good job bodying Schmitz off the puck.
Yeah, that's good.
Jaguars able to get it into the slot. Coming out with it is Berg. He's able to get it out to center. Barsness across to Clark into the zone. Clark down low looking for Barsness. Carries behind, trying to play out front, and the net moved by about 3.5 feet.
Well, yeah, that's
at some point
a
you
problem.
do, because it hasn't happened at behind the other netminder who has seen twice as many shots.
Right.
So at some point you have to talk to them, and you cannot give them a penalty.
Yeah, he gave that little push.
That's a body check against the post. You cannot give them a penalty without first warning that it will become a delay of game penalty.
Right.
But if they see it as a normal action in the process of playing the position, they may never give them that warning.
No,
Turnaround shot fired wide by Clark. This one's flipped up and out by Moore all the way to the other end. Tranby will track it down and reverse it there for Matchy. Played up the boards. A race for Barsness, trying to deflect it out front where he had Boston Green cruising down the center slot. Lewick plays it back ahead for Larson. His shot didn't get through. Bouncing puck kept in at the line by Schmitz. Tranby ties up along the back line. Jaguars able to work it back to Moore at the point. That shot hit traffic out front. Still loose. A backhander misses just wide for Larson, looking for his second of the night.
Yeah, he had an
Moore
opening.
from the point. Blocker save. Big rebound. Clark plays it to the line. Kept in near side by Schmitz. Schmitz at the hash marks. Down low. Larson deflected. Brunt still gets a shot off. Didn't make it through. Bounced off a couple of bodies. Schmitz keeps it in the blue line. Tranby late to react. Van Brunt, first one there, takes a bump from Tranby. They tie up. Swept around by Barsness. And now we're going to get a penalty called against the home team as Tranby and Van Brunt in a wrestling match in the corner still. I imagine that's where the penalty is going to be. But first they must touch up. And Larson dancing along the blue line, flips it to Van Brunt. He's trying to get it back to him. It's intercepted by Boston Green, and we'll get the hold against Tranby, pleading his case, but I don't think you're going to win that one.
No, well, when you're in your zone that long, you're going to have a penalty usually called on you because you're tired and you're reaching and you're just a step behind.
Yeah,
and Jefferson, give them credit. They put the forecheck on and
they did.
They couldn't get out.
Yeah, and there was a little infighting there between the two of them, and now this is a tough situation for SLPCR.
Yeah,
they can ill afford to give up another goal here in this situation.
Yeah.
First power play of the game for Bloomington Jefferson, just over 5 minutes ago, period number 2. They lead 4-1.
A minor penalty has been assessed to SLPCR's number 29, Kobe Tranby, 2 minutes.
Thomas drops it off for Schoten. Back up top. Schmitz cross, and Kovar plays it down. That one zipped across the top of the crease, but out of the reach of Dozhin and back out to center. Schmitz back in his own end. Kovar had it tipped away by Adams. There to recover is Thomas. Thomas dancing at the top of the right circle. Back up top, has a little breathing room, hands it off for Franklin Schmitz. Schmitz pressured, gives it up to Dozhin. He lost the handle. Kish there to complicate things. Dozhin trying to work his way through. Kapan has him tied up in the corner. 3 white jerseys down there, though shorthanded. Poked free, Kish jumps on it but can't clear. Thomas flips it in on a backhand. Loose puck out front. Swept but not out by Adams. Circling inside the blue line, Schmitz. Across to Kovar. Back for Dozhin. Up top, Schmitz. Leaves it for Dozhin. Dozhin takes a look, goes to Kovar, back to Dozhin, off the crossbar and up out of play.
They do a really nice job on spacing and working the puck around to each other and looking for that open shot. You saw Dozhin with the shot, but just a little bit too much.
Yeah, they're just looking to move people around, get that penalty kill moving. Something will eventually pop open, and it did.
Beat the blocker or the keeper, but you can't beat the iron.
Nope.
don't even get a shot on goal for that.
Oh, my. Well, so far, so good, though. I mean, they're doing a good job working hard in the penalty kill.
They are.
Caden Larson will carry end to end into the zone, down the left wing, out of the reach of Barsness. Berg able to tip the puck free. Fans on the clear attempt. Second chance. Gets the job done. Rupert will leave Donner to carry it behind and now take it along the boards. Rupert across. Van Brunt. A little too soft off the boards, and that was quickly sent to the other end by Ian Allen.
Yeah, good job by Ewan. Saw that coming.
Boston Green disrupting things in the offensive end as a successful kill for the home squad. Clark trying to poke it free, but tied up there by Van Brunt. Green pinched to the boards by Lewick. Was not kept in, so SLPCR had to tag up. Gives Jefferson an opportunity to regroup. A little bit better spacing. Good step up by Berg at the red line. Clark will dump it back in. Matthews leaves it there for Rupert. Steps back. And Van Brunt ahead to Larson into the zone. Larson across the top of the circles. Back door. Van Brunt really didn't get much on that shot.
Thank goodness.
He had room. An opportunity the other way, but Green couldn't get it past Kovar and out to Barsness. Barsness a chance, but right into the crest of the jersey of Owen Matthews. 2:01 to go.
Yeah, that's one of the differences, Howie, is that Jefferson's defense somehow gets a stick on those passes going across and just enough to disrupt some potentially good opportunities.
Yeah, which really takes you out of any kind of flow offensively.
Yeah.
Groko flips it ahead, turned around by Tranby. Ryerson marches back in. He's bumped. Good back pressure coming from Cole Peterson.
Yeah.
Tranby flips it off the boards. Kovar flips it ahead, but a penalty again behind the play against the Jefferson Jaguars. This is going to be a roughing call against David Kovar. Oh no, I take that back. It's going against Jacob Basney.
Yeah, another opportunity for SLPCR to do something on the power play.
Yeah, their power play's been good.
It has.
1 for 2, but the last time they had good zone presence. They just couldn't quite get that shot they wanted, but they were working the puck nice because Jefferson's very aggressive. So you just have to catch the puck, look up, move the puck, and then eventually you'll get somebody open because you can't go back to your spot real fast every time.
Tranby able to hold at the line. Clark will fire it down. Kish lets it go around to Barsness. Barsness back down to Kish. Skipped away from him. Kovar can't get there as Kish closes him off in the corner. Kish does a great job to battle and get the puck back. Clark cross ice. Barsness in tight. Had to play it back out to Tranby. Kish down low and Clark up high. Tranby to Barsness, back to Tranby. Tranby's shot blocked aside by Bjorklund. Barsness able to get it back to Tranby and now across for Clark. Low angle shot, but deflected up and out of play by Franklin Schmitz. Talk about those defensive sticks.
Yep, they're doing a good job with those little fundamentals. That's one of them. Sticks on the ice, active, you'll disrupt shots, passes. But again, SLPCR keeping the puck pretty much in the zone, just not getting that open guy.
And recovering pucks is such a huge part of power play hockey, all hockey really, but power play hockey in particular.
If you have an extra
done
guy.
a good job. Clark had his shot blocked, stays with it. Bouncing puck. He's able to track it back down. Across for Armagast. His shot into the glove of Matthews and held. 32 seconds.
Yeah, that's it. And you're right. You have the extra guy, Joe, so you always have that extra person to go after a loose puck. And if you play the power play right, you should be able
30 seconds left in the period. Pass hops over the stick of Armagast. He carries behind and out to the point for Tranby. Clark walking in. His shot blocked away by the skates of Donner. Out to the point, Tranby. Through traffic, it deflected off of Kish and into the corner. Armagast and Barsdis back out to Tranby, held. 3 seconds, Clark shoots. That's blocked behind the net, and that'll take us to the end of the period. And it's a 4-1 lead as we reach the second intermission, and SLPCR will still have 19 seconds on the power play to start period number 3, but find themselves in a significant hole against a team that so far is 8-0-1 and looking for their 9th win of the season. Down on the bench with Jefferson head coach Matt Elson is Howie Shapiro. Howie?
Thanks, Joe. Coach, we talked about the nice start you've had to the season, and, I thought you've really carried it over here through 2 periods, finding the back of the net 4 times. Your thoughts through 2?
Yeah, I think when we're moving the puck, supporting the puck, and getting bodies to the net, we're having some success. I'd still like to see us stay out of the penalty box, not give the other team some chances here. But, I think 3 games in 6 days, I think we're showing a little bit. We're a little bit tired, but at the same time, we're doing some nice things on the ice.
What's your major message to the guys up 4-1 going into that third?
Yeah, I think at this point in the game is just get pucks behind their D and let's put some pressure on their D, but also having a good F3 and not giving up any odd man rushes right now.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the third. We'll be right back after this to break it down. Okay, I have a couple good ones for you, Joe. How do football players stay cool? By standing next to the fans. What kind of tea do football players drink? Penalty. Why can't you play football with pigs? Because they hog the ball.
Back at the Ice Center, Joe Young, Howie Shapiro, and Jerry Grant. And Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars, the only score in that second period, but much as it was in the first, they controlled most of the action, kept SLPCR on their heels in their defensive end.
Yeah, they did it. SLPCR played some good minutes that period, held them just to 10 shots, but again, they were able to light up the lamp a few times.
Yeah, they really haven't, and Coach Elson, when we spoke to him, he's pretty happy with, outside of the, getting a few penalties, pretty happy with his play through 2 periods.
Yeah, they're playing good fundamental hockey. You see them moving the puck here, they're stretching the zone out, and they're able to get their speed and working, and then there's that trailer.
Yeah, and a big rebound and just lost containment, and a defensive switch was missed. Obviously, you can't let a guy like Van Brunt walk in all alone off the bench. But some rebound troubles for Ryerson throughout have complicated matters, especially in that second period and leading to that goal as well.
And one good thing for SLPCR, the power play's been good. I mean, they're 1 for 2 with a little bit 19 seconds left here in the third. They've had good zone presence. They've moved the puck, but Jefferson's been able to make those little plays that make a difference so you don't get that really good shot.
Yeah, and I think for SLPCR, they're only 12 shots through 2 periods. Obviously, they want to get more pressure in on net, especially trailing 4-1.
Yeah, and it's another one of those games where after 2 periods, you got to throw out the score, go out there, try and win period number 3. You go out, you try and score goal number 1, do your best to win the frame, and if you can win by 3, you might force overtime.
Yeah,
this is a Jefferson team that's been to overtime 3 times already. They're 2-0-1 in the extra session, but they're trying to protect their perfect record, and they're going to come out. And Coach Elson talked about their strategy. Keep them behind, keep them, and make sure you're playing defensively, and they'll improve to 9-0-1.
Yeah. Pucks in, pucks out, third man high, no odd rushes.
Yeah, and the thing for SLPCR, they have to, again, I talked about in the second period, got to come out fast and see if they can get a goal right away.
Well, they will have 19 seconds left on their third power play of the night, and we will see the remainder of that power play on the other side of a break. Third period puck drop is next on CTN.
All right, Joe. In high school football, the snap ends when A, the ball is moved from its place on the ground, B, the ball leaves the snapper's hands, or C, the ball touches the ground or any other player. You don't have to raise your hand, Joe. Yes, Joe?
I love football.
Ah, yikes.
Back at the Crick, CTN's live coverage of high school hockey. The Jefferson Jaguars came into the contest 8-0-1. They have the 14th best QRF ranking in the state of Minnesota to this point.
And that takes care of the power play pretty much.
And we'll end as SLPCR gains the zone, centering pass through the slot. Kish trying to work it back in deep. Bjorklund skates up, gets center, dumps it in and behind, just like Coach Elson talked about. Get it behind their defense, get in on the forecheck, cause some trouble, keep it in their defensive end. And we'll see, we see the net come off behind Ryerson. It has a little bit to do with Anders Bjorklund sliding in.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll see. They've had so much success on the forecheck. If they do keep that third wing or third forward high, and just make sure they're not giving up any opportunities. SLPCR has some speed, mostly on their first line.
Right.
But when you've been that strong on the forecheck and keeping them bottled up as well as you have to this point in the contest, you want to kind of continue to go with what has worked.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
But they just definitely have to watch out for Barsniewski when he's on the
kept in at the line. That one deflected wide out front, sent back in deep by Larson. Van Brunt tied up along the end boards, but it's recovered by Lewick out front. A chance and a save for Ryerson, and he's able to cover up.
I don't know how Lewick got through there. There were three defenders. Yeah. He still got his stick on that puck and got a shot on net. And they're just leaving off where they left off. 2 shots already early in the period, and SLPCR 0.
Well, we saw a really fast start for Jefferson in the first period. They had probably 8 shots in the first 5 minutes. Then in the second period, really a slower start.
Right.
They had 0 shots for I think the first 4 minutes or so.
And
then once they started back on the shots, they racked them up quickly.
They did.
That shot hit traffic out front, deflects to the corner. McCullough trying to stretch it out, stopped up at the red line by Donner. He plays it in deep. Adams will swing it up the near boards. Mellum trying to one-touch to Campbell. It's swept back out to center. And Moore will track it down, send it around behind, lets it go to Grokow. Groko, center ice for Peterson into the zone, dropped off. Tipped away by Mellum and then chopped at by Basney to get it back in the zone momentarily. Levi McCullough able to send it in deep. Good battle to win the puck back in the corner by Mellum, but the centering pass taken away. And the Jaguars send it down and around. Will give and go and poke just wide by Schmitz. He has it again. Schmitz circles, top of the circle shot is deflected into the corner. Swept to the net again by Basney, turned away by Ryerson. That pass off the stick of Mellum. A good poke by Adams, but sent right back in deep by Jacob Basney. Ryerson can't stop it up, neither can Clark. It's recovered by Dojan, leaves it in the corner. Thomas plays it in behind. Basney takes a bump but keeps the puck in. Recovering it momentarily was Thomas, and it's poked away from him by Tranby. Kept in at the line by Basney. Tranby again. This time gets it to Clark, who enters onside. Barsness was tied up out front. Knocked the stick away from Basney but couldn't get the puck. A good steal by Boston Green, but stolen right back by Bjorklund. His shot deflected up and out of play by Landon Bird.
And I'm sure part of that message to the guys in the Jefferson locker room were, let's just continue to pressure. Let's continue to try and score and just really push this lead up to where they'll have no opportunity.
Yeah, well, they have 9 shot attempts and 3 on the net this period.
Van Brunt, low angle shot, sneaks through. He's got his second of the game. And Jefferson leads 5-1.
It's too bad, but again, good pass. There's an open guy down low, and they saw him, got him the puck.
And kind of an ugly goal, but nonetheless, you'll take it.
Yeah, watch here. There's the open guy, and there's nobody down. Here comes the defender, and
and a good job taking the passing lane away by Landon Bird. And Van Brunt said, you know what, I'm just going to throw it at the net. Good things happen, and it found a way through Ryerson. And makes it a 5-1 lead for Jefferson. Great opportunity, and another goal as Keaton Larson gets his second of the game.
Well, just again, take advantage of a missed opportunity and a turnover there, and they are able to put it back. This lead now 6-1.
Just 12 seconds between these two games. Goals. Van Brunt got his second
right in.
Goal of the game, gets his second assist of the game.
Walked right into the soft spot in the circle and got the puck and found a nice opportunity and put a good shot in.
Well, another game where they've already scored 6 goals, plenty of time left in this period.
And here's Van Brunt on the attack again. Backhander, Ryerson the save.
Mason Van Brunt, assisted by Keaton Larson and Shayton Louis. That goal at 3:20. Then at 3:32. It was Keaton Larson.
So Larson had an assist on the Van Brunt goal. Van Brunt repaid the favor just 12 seconds later.
Of the third period.
SLPCR able to clear the zone. It hopped over a stick, but icing waved off. And home squad maybe a little shell-shocked. Ryerson is still in the offensive zone, but a centering pass taken right back. Ryerson able to throw the body around and regain possession for the home team. He'll get the pass from Tranby and enter. On his backhand, leaves it off. Kish is tied up. Good back pressure coming from Cole Peterson.
Yeah, Kish just had to fire that right away.
Logan Peterson at the other end trying to dance around Tranby, and he forces Tranby to pick up the holding call.
Yikes, that's something they cannot afford to do here, is be a skater short down 6-1.
Yeah, good inside out move. Got him to bite, got him to cross over, and then that was trouble.
And Tranby kind of forced to take that because he got beat.
Yes, he did.
And if he doesn't haul him down, he's going to let him walk in on a goaltender that may be a little shell-shocked as well.
Yeah.
Jefferson, just their second power play, had good possession time on their first advantage, but only one shot that got through to the net. They did have a great chance, actually, that was off the crossbar. Clark with speed finds Barsness. Barsness with room, stopped up by Matthews. Jefferson quickly back the other way. Leaving it off. Franklin Schmidt's one-time attempt didn't get through, comes right back to Thomas, and that shot deflected wide as well. Schmidt's recovers. Near side, Kovar, he'll play it down low. Bjorklund carries behind, back up top to Schmidt's. Kovar. Dojan back. Schmidt's will walk in. Into the bumper spot. Thomas couldn't get his shot off. He comes free to Dojan. He finds Bjorklund. Bjorklund will play it off the boards. A good stick by Schmitz. Recovered by Thomas. He carries behind. 45 seconds left in the power play.
They're tired penalty killers right now.
Dojan had his pass taken away by Clark. He feeds Barsness. Barsness nearly slips past, but Schmitz able to poke it free. Back the other way, a kick save, long rebound, and that attempt poked to the corner by the SLPCR defender. Tranby, no, it was Bird. And they're able to get the clear down to 15 seconds left. Rupert leaves it behind, scooped up by Darren Donner. He lost it in his skates a bit, able to recover, tracked by Kish, slowed, but got it ahead for Larson into the zone. Capon gets it and plays it all the way down.
Hey, good
and that
penalty
ends
kill.
the power play.
I was just going to say they needed that penalty kill.
Yeah, they've looked good on the power play, really, or on the penalty kill, really. Adams from the point. That was deflected. And a little tangle up there with Darren Donner and Ashton Ryerson, but no call made. That pass out of reach. Adams. He takes it off the board, plays it into the far corner. Rupert plays it behind. Bumped ahead. Lewick to center. That pass off the skates of Van Brunt. Kish plays it off the boards. Adams does so again, and waiting for it in his own end is Basney. Plays it ahead to Lewick, who gets it into the zone. Ryerson able to win the puck back. Clear attempt, didn't get clear, and then bounced around, and fortunately, Capon able to settle. Capon gets it back, and he will send it in. Capon, the only one to forecheck, and the Jaguars quickly get it end-to-end. Centering pass comes all the way through. Schmitz walking down the boards. Pad saved by Ryerson to the corner. Out to the line. That shot by Basney hit traffic. Still loose. Capon shovels it out on the backhand. Turned right back around by Groko. Clark finds Matchy. He tried to get it to Green. That didn't click. Barsness pressured as he carries back into his own end. Backhanded toward the net by Groko. Tranby flips it high, right in on goal, and Matthews says, let's just settle down.
Yeah, and that's a good decision.
Midway through the third period, it's been pretty much all Jefferson since the word go. They started with 2 goals inside of a minute late in the first period. SLPCR able to answer on the power play, a goal for Jackson Barsness, his 8th of the year. But before that period was over, they jumped to a 3-1 lead. They added 1 in the second, 2 more here in the third. Tranby is shot that misses wide. Toffee sends it behind. Moore. Big hit on Andrew Clark, who has to readjust the bucket, getting back to his feet. Shot from the point by Grokow is tipped up and over. Peterson sweeps it back down low. Again, keeping the pressure on, keeping SLPCR on their heels in the defensive end, and kept in at the line by Moore. A shot through traffic, blocker save made by Ryerson. Some tired legs in the defensive end for the home team. Green flips it all the way down on the backhand. Icing waved off as Kovar has it behind. One touch pass intercepted by Allen. He plays it back out to center. McCullough trying to catch him in a change. Let it get far enough away, and Donner just poked it off his stick. Round to Dozhin. Dozhin can't quite get through Berg, but we've got a penalty coming up against SLPCR. Dozhin pressured behind from Berg. A one-time opportunity from the top of the crease, and some pushing and shoving on top of Ryerson in the blue paint. But another power play opportunity coming for Jefferson. Exactly 7 minutes left in this third period.
And again, you don't want to give him another power play opportunity in this situation.
Yeah, 19 shots attempted and 10 on the net for Jaguars this period. So they've turned on the gas.
They have. Well, and that's exactly what Coach said they were going to do, is let's just continue to pressure and do the things we do best.
Yeah, it's working.
Yep.
So like I said, they're a good hockey team. You can see why they're 8-0-1.
Yep.
And it'd be interesting to see where they're at towards the end of the year. They could be in the mix if they just keep getting
they
better.
got a number of different guys that can do it, and they've got some depth, and more importantly, as we talked about, they just play strong, fundamental hockey. Yeah.
Well,
they're in position, they're working as a unit.
And I think the key for them, they have 3 strong goaltenders that get quality minutes.
Oh, they have that too, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with how well they played tonight.
No, but I'm saying
Obviously.
Jerry talked about down the stretch.
And there's a goal on the backhand on the rebound. Caden Larson getting his third and completing his hat trick, and that will send us to running time.
Yes, you don't want to be in running time, but it happens.
We definitely do not want to be in running time.
And this one just kind of wild. Get the puck to the net, cause a little bit of chaos. First couple of efforts came up empty as Cheaton Lewick was right there and had to hop over his stick, and then
Scoring for Bloomington, Jefferson.
putting it home on the backhand is Caden Larson.
Caden Larson. A single assist, Cheaton Lewick. Power play goal at 10.
Lewick gets the assist. Not sure he touched it.
Oh,
But he was there taking up the defense, and there's another one and a hat trick for Van Brunt as well as he puts it top shelf less than a minute later.
Yeah, just to continue to apply the pressure and making it look easy, obviously up 8-1.
shot number 40, and I'm not even talking about the attempts.
Right.
They're well over 60 shots, 70 shots attempted today. So again, little battles. They're winning the little battles. They're real good with their sticks, and they're able to tip pucks to their teammates. Good support, good spacing. They're nice and close to each other to make those little plays, and they're working on it real well.
Well, like Joe said, they're averaging a little over 4 goals a game, obviously almost doubling that here.
Well, they've scored. I think they've only been held at like 2 goals once, and everything else, and like 3 goals once. Everything else was 4 or 6. So here they put up an 8 spot. Van Brunt comfortably in lead for goals on the team now, all by his lonesome with goals 9, 10, and 11 here this afternoon.
It's going to be a happy ride back to Bloomington for these young men.
Boston Green trying to circle out of his own end. Runs into Dojan, hands it off to Andrew Clark. Clark doesn't see anything on his backhand, spins back lower part of the circles and tried to hand off to Barsness, and that didn't work. Now he'll get it ahead for Barsness into the offensive half of the ice, but disrupted, taken away by Dojan. Here's Tranby stepping up. He'll fire it wide into the far corner. McCullough knocked off the puck by Dojan. All kinds of blue jerseys there. Carrying behind is Thomas. Bjorklund back across. Dojan will carry in. Leaves it for Bjorklund walking in. His shot, save, rebound, still loose. Boston Green will turn and head up ice. Trying to stay out of the reach of Bazzi. Stops up in the corner. Uses the official as a blocker. Played it across. Allen's shot deflected up and out of play.
And the clock keeps on running.
Yes, it does.
This means 3 in a row where they've been just blowout losses for SLPCR. Gets a little discouraging.
Yeah, you got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what they can do to turn it around.
Now outscored 23-4 in their last 3 contests.
Yeah. When you're playing good competition, you got to raise your game.
You do.
If you can't make mistakes.
That's the key.
Well, and as Coach Gagnon talked about it in the first intermission, they made a couple of mistakes that ended up in the back of their net. And that's the difference at that point was Jefferson capitalizing on those mistakes, and they create their own opportunities. They keep pressure, and they continue to bring it here up 8-1.
Yeah, and just like right there, little forecheck, get a turnover, and it's still in the end.
Van Brunt and Larson having a day, both with at least, I believe, 5 points, including a hat trick. Larson tried to poke it in behind off the end boards. Still battling, and Van Brunt down there as well.
Yeah, the net stayed on, too. I don't believe that.
They glued it.
Let's try maybe that little trick the other goalie was using.
No. Bubble gum.
Little pressure in your end, kick the net off. Why not?
There may have been a little bit of that. Hey, I'm not saying, I'm just saying it's the same net. It has not come off.
I'll just say at one time it looked pretty blatant to me.
Yeah, and it certainly wouldn't have changed. I don't think it was necessary, but But yeah, it has not come off behind the goaltender, who has seen 4 times as many shots. So it does seem that there might be a little bit of user error involved.
A little fishy.
Oh, Capon caught an edge trying to step up. Numbers, but it bobbled a little bit and forced the play in offside as it got away from Logan Peterson right as he got to the blue line.
Well, thank goodness. Otherwise, that was a 2-on-1 coming in.
Adams sweeps it for Armagast. Ben Kish attacking 1v4, and good job just getting blue jerseys back.
Yeah, they get back, don't they, Joe?
When you get to the defensive side of the puck,
yeah,
makes it awfully hard on the and there's a turnover, and Dojan. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Dojan. It was 23. Logan Tofty who sent it wide, just served up on a platter.
1 minute
And
remaining in the
he
third
just
period.
wasn't able to cash in on that mistake as we're under a minute remaining.
Yeah, that would have been 9.
Yeah, that would have been unfortunate.
And he missed the net, so just a shot attempt. Otherwise, that would have been shot 44. Yeah, well, one of those days.
You have them, unfortunately.
Yeah, we do.
I love that you get a guy called out on the faceoff dot and running time under a minute remaining. Just drop the puck.
Yep.
This one flipped ahead, and Mellum comes onto it. He cuts back across. His shot deflected into the corner. Good stick from Darren Donner.
Yeah, Donner's had a good game defensively.
And again, rallying behind. Good defensive support. Everyone's circling back behind the puck. Get on the defensive side of the puck and make them play through you. This one flipped in on goal by Peterson, and that will bring us to the buzzer and a resounding 8-1 win for the Jefferson Jaguars over SLPCR.
Yeah, a tough loss for them, quite obviously. They looked to come here and try and get off that schneid in the last few games, but unfortunately they weren't able to do that. And give credit to Bloomington Jefferson. They're a solid squad. They looked really good. They took advantage of opportunities when they needed them. And then in that third period, they just poured it on.
18 shots on goal in the third period. That's the way you close out a game.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, they were efficient and downright dominant when they needed to be, and they did exactly what their coach talked about in the second intermission. They closed the door in the third period.
They did.
They kept the SLPCR turned around, going back in their own end, and 2 guys getting hat tricks and also assisting on a couple of each other's goals always helps.
Yeah.
And especially when you consider technically that's their second line.
Yeah, it was a point fest.
It was a point fest. And they're playing a nice song, Howie, that we could repeat to our audience out there. Have a merry little Christmas or whatever you celebrate.
Yep.
And a happy Hanukkah for sure.
Thank you.
To all those who participate, but that is going to be our last hockey game before Christmas, not our last broadcast. Howie and I will be at the gym on Monday night as the boys basketball team welcomes the Burnsville Blaze. Then we will get some more hockey action when the girls hockey team takes part in the Composure Classic over at Woog Arena in South St. Paul. That's starting on the 31st. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Jefferson 8, SLPCR 1. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro and Jerry Grant, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.